don't know what to say other than today, or this weekend has been really just kind of off for me. I think ever since that on Friday when those girls, that subway, that whole incident, first of all, I keep thinking, it keeps running in my mind, playing over and over how they called me it. Like, that honestly boggles my mind how one human being could say that about another. But also, it was like afterwards, a couple of my friends asked me if I was okay. 2 out of like 5 or something that were there at that time. But I just didn't say anything, and then they just went on with their lives. Like, first of all, I don't want to talk about it in front of all these people, only one of which I'm like really close to. And second of all, if I did tell them, they just wouldn't understand. Like, that sounds really like dramatic, I guess, but they just can't even comprehend. Like, I mean, they're supportive in the way that they'll call me Cameron, and they'll call me he and his and whatnot, and like, they're honestly trying with that, but they just don't get how much it sucks. They don't, like, I have friends on the internet that like understand, and I feel like there's supportive versus being my ally kind of thing. And yesterday I had a block party, and my mom won't let me tell my neighbors that I'm trans, and she won't let me tell my extended family either. Not that that's relevant to this right now, but so I had to hear them all yesterday. Everyone's calling me by my birth name, and that was just really weird. And this, I want to say, like, this isn't, like, okay, after I made the subway video, I got a lot of support from my friends and people I didn't know, and it helped, but ultimately this isn't something that can be solved by other people telling me things. And I mean, like, you don't even need to bother saying anything to this video, because it's not gonna help, honestly. Like, I know there's people, but talking about it to people isn't really gonna change it. What else? Today, I just forgot again. Or, not just today, but in general, my mom won't call me Cameron. She still calls me her and my dad. She, like, tries to avoid using my birth name, like, by saying, she calls me, like, monkey and stuff, but she and my dad still uses my birth name, and they both use her, and my brother uses those too, even though he said he was going to try and use Cameron, but he doesn't talk to me that much in the first place anyways. And it's been almost 3 months, and the most I've heard from my mom is she's she's called me, like one time my pants were really low and she's like, pull your pants up, boy. And that's about the extent of the verbal support I get from her. And I don't know where to draw the line because it's really upsetting to hear that all the time. In 2 days, it'll be 3 months since I came out to them. I don't know if I think that's what I'm gonna ask for Christmas, so that they start calling me that. There's also the fact that my OCD is really bothering me. Like, there's this thing where it's not bothering me right now, but certain areas of my face, like here, if they're not covered with hair, it is actually painful for me to do anything, and I don't know how to describe it, and I don't know anyone else that really has it to the extent that I have it, because that's why my haircut bothered me sometimes, and when it's really bothering me, I can't concentrate on anything, and I freak out. So it's like half the time, which is better than right after I got my hair cut. Like, all the next day I was freaking out about it. There's also the fact that I feel like I never pass. Like, I feel like I have it better than some trans guys who have really feminine faces or much higher voices than I do, but still feel like my cheeks are too chubby and my lips are too red, and my voice is lower than a lot of other trans guys before testosterone, but it's still pretty high, and that bothers me. But I've also been having dreams, and to understand this, I remember my dreams maybe like 1 out of 20 or 30 times. Like, I wake up and I don't recall dreaming, like, ever. So usually when I do dream, it's like a really emotional dream, and it affects me for like a couple days after. And I had a dream like 2 nights ago that I had a penis, which always makes me dysphoric then when I wake up. And that's definitely not the first time that's happened. But also last night I had this dream where there was a friend of mine that we're not friends anymore, and I used to really like him. Actually, I liked him a lot on several different occasions, but I had this dream that we were dating because he's gay, and I don't know, that was like, I haven't even really thought about him in like months, but that was like, he's not really out, so we were like at a fair, and I was like, I want to hold your hand in public and stuff, and so we were just like standing there hugging and holding hands, and it just sort of brought back those feelings, because I really liked him. Was it this, like, April 2010-ish, yeah, around there, I really liked him, and I haven't even thought about that for a long time, so that was weird. And then there's a lot of, like, jealousy. Like, I don't know, like, if you know James, he's Kidnapped Elf on YouTube and Tumblr, and I'm just like, really, he has the best, okay, at 4 months on testosterone, I was watching a couple of his videos today, and at 4 months, he was like, his voice was super low, it just went real, and he has the best results I've ever seen on TV, and the best top surgery results I've ever seen. And it's crazy. No one would ever guess, ever he was trans even before top surgery. And that just makes me really jealous. A, because I'm not on T and I haven't had top surgery, but also because I'm afraid that when I do get on T, my results still aren't going to be that good. And that just, I just don't feel good. I feel really weird today. And girl problems and what else? No. I think there was something else, but I forgot it. So, this is 11 minutes, and if you actually watch the whole thing, I know that my voice is really boring, so if you watch this whole thing, I'm amazed. I applaud you. I think I'm making this more for myself, so in a year or so I can look back and be like, oh, it's so much better now, hopefully.